Hey Cactus crew, thanks so much for joining me tonight, well today, wherever you are, on Thursday. I don't usually go live on a Thursday, but here we are because it's a special event. I missed out on the weekend. I missed out on a lot. Katie Joy was on John Yates live. And yeah, so I've got that and we're going to watch it. Yeah, this is just so typical of my spirit animal being a snail, always the last to react. I might have been the only one out there that hasn't seen it. I've been saving my reaction. I can't watch it alone. I can only watch things with my Cactus crew. So glad that you guys are here with me. Yeah, replay crew timestamps will be in the description box, plus links and other stuff, you know. What else is there? So I'll just say that this is the deleted live from January 19th, 2024 this year. I know, last weekend. Well, last Friday, was it? It's just so typical. The day that I decide, look, I've got to prioritize my real life stuff, and then this happens. And so glad that the internet is forever and internet archives and all that. And also the people keeping tabs on John Yates for us to have this live, and we can go over it at our own pace. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm just going to, like, it won't just be tonight, it'll probably be tomorrow night as well, and then whatever's left over on Monday. I mean, we can just drag it on, you know, Katie, because that is what the internet is. It's forever, and we could just stretch it out forever until your court case. No. But I love a drunk KJ. I miss the loose lips of her gob just being open and everything flowing out, because the ego of this narcissist can never sit still. And I think leading up to this, I just checked what they were talking about. So they're talking about court cases and discovery, and of course that's Katie's favourite subject, because she loves to jump the queue and straight into discovery, and she is an expert in how much she's going to dig up on everyone else and how much everyone dug up on her. Okay, but yeah, I'm going to be in the chat having a chin wag. Come on in and we'll have a discussion. I want to get better at including you guys, not just tuning out, because that's my survival mode. But then I've got nothing to look at. I've got the captions on though, so that's something we can look at. We can just grasp onto those words. Yeah, I will catch you on the other side. But yeah, I just want to say everything is my own opinion based on what I have viewed with my own eyes and consumed with my own mind. Oh my God, when it rhymes, we're on the right track, and it did rhyme until I inserted myself. Oh, we're off to a great start. Nothing really happened then, and I was like, did I click it? But here we are. Okay, guys, we have arrived. Have we all arrived? Let me just have a look in the chat. Hey, Cactus crew. How you guys going? Oh, love seeing cacti. Hey, Will. Hey, Carrie. Oh, and Goose. Goose is on the loose. Oh, that's a big pink hand. I'm loving how that's come. Where's that? How come your hand is pink? What am I talking about? I want one of these pink hands. Hi, Vivian. Welcome. Okay, so Katie came in around the 6 hour, yeah, like this is like a 9 hour stream. What have I been doing? Sleeping. So we're going to start here just as Katie comes in, and I'm going to let it play for about, I don't know, you know, a few minutes, and then we'll discuss, and a few minutes, and then we'll discuss, so that we can get in tune with what's going on. Oh, I'm going to be so distracted. Can I go on camera and be a bee? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Everybody ready? Take a final breath. We're going under.
Discovery. No matter what, there's not much you can get around. I don't know if you can get that like
in 2 weeks time.
Well, yeah, and I don't think any attorney is just going to be like, okay, one bulk fee. For all of the discovery in the world. I don't think that'll work.
Katie, comments, maybe like one negative one, but all the rest are good. And I don't want you to feel like you're uncomfortable coming in here. I'll take those odds any day. Going into somebody's life.
There was a lot of it, MW. There was a lot.
We're at the 6.5
she
hour
said
mark.
She didn't say it in the chat. She said it on panel. So,
But yeah.
oh my.
Oh, it's coming up choppy on my end. I wonder why that is.
It's so funny. I think William's all excited now because he's learning so much about the community, and now I think he's a little bit like, whoa, that person's
If
here.
Katie comes up here, when she comes up here, all of YouTube and Twitter and Reddit will be broken. Watch. Watch what happens.
I remember the only time I ever really watched, other than the fact that Jen Bailey said she didn't like her eyebrows, I remember watching her coverage about Janelle with the whole dog incident way back when. Remember what her husband did to that poor dog? I don't even want
like Terry Lynn.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, yes. So yeah, and I remember Jen talked about her eyebrows. So I don't see anything wrong with your eyebrows. I see a lot wrong with Jen Bailey. Oh, lot.
Katie, where are you?
Yeah, if the bee stuff freaks you out, I can put. Do you know how upset Jen is right now that she's blocked in your chat too, that she can't come in and talk to her?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, Benevieve, you just sit back and just watch. Trying to remember how to get into this. Wait a minute, you don't remember StreamYard?
Oh my God, this is so, what was that TV show? No, not, I don't know. She's giving me McDuff vibes. If I was something talking, I'd be McDuff. What was the show? Johnson and Friends? Was it? I think it was. With all the toys under the bed and the hot water bottle.
Oh, she does probably pre-records all the time now. See, and that's probably how you stay out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just do your content and then you ain't got to worry about the chats until later.
Wait a minute. Wait, that's where Rakin got her name from, is to piss off Janelle's husband? Really?
No, there was like an episode of Teen Mum or whatever. And it's when Janelle and David were fighting and he was raking the leaves and he's like, I'm fucking raking. Remember when they used to fight? It might have been the night before the wedding. I think it was the night before the wedding. And they were just so loud and she was having a bath and he needed help to even out the land to bring in all the wedding stuff, like the tent and all that. And she's having a bath and yeah, and they fight and it's all caught on camera. And yeah, he's like, I'm fucking raking. Like, what do you want? I'm fucking raking. And yeah, that's how she got her name. So, and not to piss off Janelle's husband, because everyone had a little flair.
Why was she trying to mess with Janelle? Why? Why do they even care?
That's how Rankin got her name.
From what?
To piss off Janelle's husband.
That's weird. There's a whole little tie into this. Oh, yeah. So, Katie, please come up and connect the dots.
I don't get it.
That's what she
I don't get it. Like, but I don't watch Teen Mom. Like, how did she get her name?
I don't know where that comes from, but I guess it's something to do with it.
I just remember how
when
they can just accept someone's point of view that's completely wrong. Like, she didn't do it to piss off Janelle's husband. Yeah, like everything is done with intent to piss with someone. Can't you just have a fucking laugh? Obviously didn't watch Teen Mum. But yeah, Katie's not going to come on and join any dots because she wasn't around back then. And when she did cover Teen Mum and even the reunion, she did 16, no, Young and Pregnant. I think so. But she got all the names wrong. and sitting there like the narcissist she is when she puts on her makeup. Like, I'm not a makeup artist, but here we are. Let's zoom in, and expert on Teen Mum got all the names wrong, sitting there like a fool, like she does.
He killed the dog. I thought that was horrible. The drunken eyeball was friends with Janelle for a little bit.
Remember when Janelle tried to sue me?
Yeah, that was when she was friends with her. Back in the day.
Quick too.
On the class action lawsuits. Remember when Janelle tried to come for me?
Over nothing.
No.
Wait, John, that's your only claim to fame. Is that the highest you ever got in like your rankings, like MTV? Or did you get pushed back to TLC? She went at Grace as well. All you guys were spewing absolute shit, trying to stir the pot. You don't understand that she's in an active DV relationship that's public online. The shit stirring that goes on, especially with KODY, you know, got Janelle to trust her. And then when Janelle, in the same bag with these guys, called her out, KODY turns around and releases the DMs, the secret DMs between her and Janelle, where Janelle divulged everything, all of the abuse that was going on with her and the kids, everything. And KODY released that. I'll link that video down below.
Janelle.
It was because your haters were amping her up.
No, it was because Devin came on my live, and you know,
And she did, and she had it out with Devin because of that
Here you go,
whole
Katie.
whatever. Oh, look at link me again for StreamYard.
You got it. You got it. It was because Devin came live and told me and the world that she got fired from the podcast. And then, oh, I'm going to join your lawsuit. Oh, okay.
Shade. So much history. This live could last all night.
It might.
It could. We're actually kind of iced in, to be honest with you, so it might.
Oh, look at Cajun Brandy. She's even got a picture of Benevieve on. Yeah, Jen was raging. I went into I was in another chat for a little bit when I left here, and Benevieve, she's on one. She says she's off parole early. MFers, everybody watch out. Jen Bailey's on the loose.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
That's what she said over on Deadly's earlier today.
I gotta see what my which.
And then, oh, I'm going to join your lawsuit. Oh, okay.
Shade. So much history. This live could last all night.
It might.
It could. We're actually kind of iced in, to be honest with you, so it might.
Oh, look at Cajun Brandy. She's even got a picture of Benevieve on. Yeah, Jen was raging.
Sorry, guys.
I went into I was in another
It's
chat for a
like,
little
you know,
bit when I
when you're
left here,
playing
and Benevieve.
skip. What's it called when you're playing skipping rope? What's it called? You know, back in days of school. And you're trying to come in from the opposite side. You're just trying to not go too far. And my luck, like, it's right there. How far are we, KODY? Come in, for God's sake. I've never wanted you to enter as much as I want you to enter now. Save me. Save me from whatever's going on. And look at all the things I've got to look at in his background. I'm just have to focus on the bee. Is it a bee or a caterpillar? Okay. Oh, it says the bee. Okay. I'm ready.
She's on one. Jen Bailey's on the loose.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
That's what she said over on Deadly's earlier today. She was sticking up for Amzie and she's trying to be friends, and she's just a bad person. Bad Jenny. Oh, and did you see her community tab, Sophie? She's talking to you, I think, today. Oh, no, you and Siwa. Yeah, you and Siwa, I believe. She's coming for you guys.
Hi. Oh, I'm here. Hi.
I'm here.
I gotta see what my which mic did I set this up on? Hold on a sec.
Oh, KODY, I'm having issues too because, like, I'm looking at the screen and it's just coming up so blurry. Is it blurry for you guys in chat, or is it just my, like, phone that's making it look whack? Not that we need to see anything. Okay. Got to give up the mic for KODY. Oh, wow, look how close we are. I need to move.
I gotta get the right mic on. There we go.
There's like a buzz. You guys hear that?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, who's got that?
Is it see what is the buzzer, not the bee?
What buzz? I don't know how it's
I don't know. I
buzzing.
think it's just like kind of your background.
yeah, I
Oh,
hear it.
the AC came on. Could that be it?
What's up,
Okay.
Katie?
Hi.
Welcome back.
Hi. Welcome back to me. I haven't been on camera in a while, so
It's okay.
yeah. Someone said how I don't know how to use StreamYard. It's because I don't go live very much.
Okay.
Yep. So I a couple years ago I made the decision to stay off lives because I felt like that's where a lot of the problems are on YouTube.
I would agree.
And it sucks because that's also a good place to like interact with your audience. And it's also a good place where you can like, you know, do stuff for your members and like interact, but it's also like where a lot of the harassment comes from too. So, and I'm not a good person on live. I always would like react to people and like yell.
Is that ever?
Like,
Never.
Yeah, I think
that's art.
I stopped like it was when you and Sherelle were still fighting.
oh
Like
God,
that was like years ago.
Jesus Christ! What a walk down memory lane this is. But you and Sherelle were also fighting at the same time.
Yeah, but we're fine. I haven't talked
No,
to her in
me and
years.
Sherelle are also fine. We're okay. Like so. Like,
Yeah, I have
It's
nothing
not
against her.
You know, in 5 seconds, John Yates and Katie Joy talking shit about Sherelle. Nope. We're both.
Not
we're
even
both,
close.
we're
No.
both Sherelle, we're good.
Sherelle has her audience and she does her thing and she does a good job and
Yeah.
she's got like her you know whatever she does, like she does a good job with it and she's got like very loyal viewers that watch
Yes,
it and that's
absolutely.
great. I feel like when you're just new on YouTube, it's easy to get like kind of lost in all chew you up and spit you out kind of thing, like when you're new and you're making a name for yourself and people I don't know, make you
Katie,
feel like
you take criticism as attack. Like you are a narcissist. You don't like to be criticized. You think that you are perfect. The reason you copped so much when you first got on YouTube is because you tried to control everyone. But just like in your house, you can't control anyone in your house. You can't control anyone online. Yeah. So keep spinning another bullshit story.
Question what you're doing and make you feel insecure, and then they play on your vulnerabilities and on your insecurities, and then you start to believe it. And
Very, very roundabout way of explaining it because that's exactly what it is.
yeah.
It says I'm taking a screenshot of this panel for my memories. Like, legendary. Look.
I'm surprised when I walk into a chat, usually people hate me. So
No,
you are
you're
getting, like,
welcome
mad.
here.
Take a look around and see what room you walked into. You chose this room for a reason. You feel like these people are below you. They're all kissing your feet. I mean, it's Katie Joy's here, guys. The biggest YouTuber we've ever had on this channel. Welcome, Katie, welcome. Did you use the red carpet? Hope you did.
Everybody's excited in the chat.
I know that I have like a huge following for Sister Wives, so that could be why. I don't know. I have such loyal people that watch me for Sister Wives. They're the sweetest viewers ever.
They are.
Look at EMC. OMG, OMG, OMG.
John, is the buzz gone now?
What?
I think.
Is the buzz gone?
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I don't
put my
hear it
happy
now.
stick up. No, I'm just kidding.
You mean your squirrel?
Was it a squirrel,
Well-
to be clear?
So you had asked about how these people started after me.
Yeah.
That was because I don't really cover Teen Mom anymore. I haven't in years. So I really moved away from that kind of content. I moved into more like, I do more like polygamy and cults and sort of like cases around church related abuse and child abuse and that kind of stuff. And so I stay away from, sometimes I cover the Janelle stuff on my Instagram, but I don't really take her to my YouTube page. The Teen Mom stuff was so toxic because of this group of the Hatters. They're like a Twitter group of people that are like online Twitter bloggers, or they think they are. I don't know. and they're like diehard haters of the show, and they're very.
Okay, so like I told you guys, I used to be a hatter. That's where I came from. I'm not an evil bitch. There's always two sides of the coin in every fucking community. So there's always the evil bitches, and then there's people that are there just to have fun. Yes, I admit, Teen Mum was my guilty pleasure, because when I watch TV, I like to not be able to use my brain. I want to tune out, and that was the bottom of the barrel tune out for me. Janelle was kind of my 101 for KODY, but I had no idea what was going on when I decided to get off the JE train. Not long after Nugget, and made my way over to the KJ train, and holy shit, I had no idea that this bitch spins around and around on this carousel from hell, and there's no getting off. And if you do get off, it's a little bit dizzy and you can't find your way, and you end up somehow back on it, and it's the gravitron from hell. Round and around we go, because she doesn't grow, she doesn't learn. It's the same shit. Like, this is going to be the same rehashing crap. But the thing is, KODY doesn't know anything about the hatters. She just knows the word, and then she's going to exaggerate story time like she does, with little bits of information that she's picked up from Rue, because that was her source for all the Teen Mum stuff. She was just stealing everything that Rue was posting on Twitter. Am I saying it Rue right? Because I'm a hermit and I hardly ever say stuff out loud. So when I do, I'm like questioning if it's right. ROUX. Used to be on Twitter, a little dog as the profile picture. But that was the source for all of KODY's stuff, because they had an inside source. I just threw myself off, because now I can't stop thinking about that little dog. I just want to play with dogs. Let's listen to more shit about KODY. And then not diehard haters. I can't remember if it was a fan or like someone talking to Janelle, or Janelle like couldn't say the word haters and just said hatters. Look, it's been so long. I can't remember that part of my life. But yeah. And then, so I recognized a lot of the Teen Mum crew that came over here and started covering KODY. And some of them are the bad side of the coin, and they are the drama people that make you chase your tail and fuck your head around and makes it so you can't think, so you can think is what they are thinking, that kind of shit. Oh, the uni rock kind. Okay.
Invested in these people's lives, and they hate them, but they love them. It's weird. But they harass the people from the show so maliciously. And yes, Rakin is one of the hatters.
She's been hell for all of us. She's been absolutely evil.
Yeah.
Like whatever she was in y'all's community, she's that on steroids in this community.
I feel like in the last several years, to levels that have just gotten insane. Like, I recently, Rakin is still in my community. I don't know if you're aware of that. She literally, she is adminning in groups that are hate groups for me.
Well, I can believe that.
Who fucking has the time? And are these people just going to believe every single lie that drops out of KODY's mouth? She just has to think the thought and then it drops out her mouth. She's got no, idea of what she's really talking about. She's an absolute bullshitter. And I think they've become worse. Why? Because people are noticing your shit and calling you out. You don't have self-awareness, KODY, so you don't know what you've put out until people comment on it. And even then you're not listening, because you believe that it's not anything, My son's allowed to have an autistic breakdown every night, as long as, that's the issue. But no, your husband's screaming at him, swearing at him, and you're not reacting. We're not allowed to comment on that, are we? Because you aren't aware of it? Okay, drinky.
Like, okay, I don't know if anybody wants to pull up her community tab as of late, but she's all like about me and like getting all this info and like being a real just coos is what she's been doing.
Into her life, she'll flip out. If
They
you
all
just-
do that. Mhm.
Okay, what Katie just said, like, I just got word of her name, and within 5 seconds of me saying it, I've gotten 35 texts and 15 DMs about it. So
about doxing her?
I said her name was Marsha because she is, and I said her name was Marsha, and I just showed it. Like, I got like 15 texts and 35 DMs, and then people are also getting DMs. So what you just said is so absolutely true.
Yeah, I mean, she'll have no problem doxing you and doxing all of your friends. She'll harass all of the people. I mean, these groups of people they used to like contact my parents. They would contact my brother, who I don't even really have a relationship with my family. So it's just,
Well, they prey on that.
Jesus Christ, how familiar does this sound?
They pile up on that. If they feel there's any kind of issues between you and your family, that is where they'll start digging, and they will add and send old clips and everything to
it's
make
just
that.
so funny because like I'm very open about what happened in my family. There's like I have nothing to hide. And it's, you know, it's just like part of what I do is talk a lot on my channel about narcissistic abuse and being a survivor of narcissistic abuse. And I'm the family scapegoat. And so scapegoats usually exit left, you know, and there's no reason for me to like bring up animosity in my family. It's just, it's better for all of us that I don't have communication with them, you know, but they will prey on that.
Yes, they do.
Because this is one big bullshit lie that you've only, the last year not seen your family? They used to drop presents round to V every Christmas, every holiday. Your parents used to babysit. Your parents used to come round all the time. Your parents used to take V and cook with him and have his cousins over. But you've isolated your son so you can further abuse him, in my opinion. Because this is what narcissistic people do. You want to call everyone a narcissist, but you got no idea, no fucking qualifications under your belt. Not that I do, but I have done the hard yakka. I just didn't get the degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't be where I am in my perfect career right now, you know, where you don't need no credentials, but at least you tried. But Katie, you can't go around pointing your finger saying, oh, I cover narcissistic abuse, blah, blah. You cover your own. You bring it up so you can talk about yourself and go through the whole history of your Catholic abuse and all this and your patriarchal grandfather and he ran the show, and without even understanding any society context at that time, because you're just so narrow-minded in this hate. You really do miss, like, you are the biggest hater. No, like, I don't even hate you. Like, I don't carry that negative shit around. I also don't like this kind of shit where people just sit and talk about people. Like, this kind of shit is so fucked up. It's small-minded crap because no one here actually knows what they're talking about. It's all gossip. It's all tea. It's all like, let's stir the pot and bitch about people and act like it's the fucking truth when it's got nothing to do with anything. Like, these are all a bunch of liars. I know that John Yates is exactly pretty much in the same boat as KJ, you know? The delusion is
and it's just, you know, I've had one of her people that's in those groups tried to take out a restraining order out against me a couple months ago in North Carolina. And she said I was stalking her, and I wasn't. I didn't even know who this girl was.
So some random?
Yeah.
I'm just saying some,
well,
some
you would know her name, but I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to.
I don't want you to say her name, but some random who you never talked to or whatever.
Yeah. She runs she runs all these hate groups for me, and she says that I have victims. So she says that she's helping victims of me because I make victims in my reporting. And here's the thing is that the people that I report on my channel are doing bad shit. You know, like
Before
KODY Brown
I just want to say you have harmed me. I mean, like, I'm a survivor of CSA and DV, and you not using triggers on anything because you don't think that it's deserving or whatever. It's not about you. It's when you think of other people that have gone through it. Apparently you've gone through it, but the way you report on stuff, obviously you haven't. I mean, fuck, you harmed me twice. And I'll still come back. But I'm coming back for those that don't have a voice, that you have silenced and are continuing to abuse in your house, your animals and your child. No one cares about Kody Brown. No one except you, okay? Getting your, like, in Katie's members, their emojis, their specialized emojis are Kody's perm. Yeah, Kody's perm, not Kody's sperm. But I swear it could have been, because that's how obsessed she is. Like, to the level of she wants to be a sister wife.
Polygamist man that has abusive tendencies. Y'all know this.
And by the way, it's just really, we're talking shop, Katie. Like, okay, so Amos is like, what, 4 bankruptcies or 4 divorces? What's the story on Amos?
Oh, you know what? Honestly, that whole thing is being smeared. That's a smear campaign started by Kody. So I'm just ignoring all of it. And I'm reporting, and I'm like on my channel talking about what Kody's doing, because in the polygamous community, the men, when a woman leaves, they smear them, they smear their partners, and they go out of their way to ruin their lives. But he
didn't do that against like Christine's new husband.
Yes, he did. He 100% did that against Christine's husband. There was a series of stories that went out by the
Yeah,
Sun.
I remember him saying how neglectful he was and that he had to step in and be the father because the other father was bad news, and that he kind of like rescued her from that situation. And there's all these random stories from the Sun that came out. Like 911 call at David Woolley's house of a child that ran away, and like they dug into his late wife's suicide, and that's Kody led. Kody leave. They put GPS trackers on one that left.
So Amos,
Amos could have 4 ex-wives and a bankruptcy, and it wouldn't matter. He would still be better than Kody.
Oh, absolutely.
And you have to just, on my channel, what I said to this, my answer to this was, listen, Mary comes from a criminal community. It's a subculture that is built upon white supremacy and violence and subjugation of women. And they do not believe in the law. The people that are in her family, many are criminals, many are lawless, many are abusive. And so anyone that dates her, even though she's extracted herself from it, she has a lot of people in her life that are very dangerous people that she loves, right? Because she grew up with them, but they're still not good people. And that doesn't make her a bad person at all. It just means that she grew up and was groomed and almost trafficked into this relationship with Kody.
I hate you throwing around words. Trafficked. Like, when you accuse 7M of human trafficking, that whole week you had accused so many other people of human trafficking because that was your hyper-focused topic of the week. You have no idea what you're talking about, and you might cover polygamy and survivors and all that, but you offer them no hope. You offer them no help. You offer them nothing. What you do, Katie, is you post the location of a DV safe house. That's what you have done in the past. Here it is, everyone. This is what it looks like. What? Because you don't understand, because you, Katie, have never been a victim, in my opinion. You prove it to us over and over again. I mean, you couldn't even understand why JENELLE returned to the land, returned to David back in, after she went to Tennessee. You couldn't understand. Why don't you understand? Because you were in a DV relationship, Why? What's going on? You must be manipulating everyone, lying, so that, you're the wolf, can get amongst the sheep and do further harm.
And then she became a trafficker for Kody by bringing in women into his family. And it's just supposed to come into. And so anyone that gets involved with someone like that has to understand the gravity of that. So Mary herself has baggage. And so it's not to say that she's a bad person. It just means there's going to be people out there that will automatically not want to deal with her.
Agreed.
And
Never, by the way. Go ahead. Keep going.
And I feel like with Amos, if he also has a complicated backstory, maybe the two of them together having complicated backstories can be support to one another. If you both come from a place of having trauma or having issues or having struggles, you might actually have a lot in common.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, he's not breaking the law. He doesn't have all these criminal convictions. He wasn't a polygamist.
Correct.
So
I don't believe that
men get into polygamy with saying that they have respect for women. I just don't believe a man that truly values a woman would get into.
Well,
that.
most of the men that are in it they don't get into it. They don't convert. Most of the
right,
men,
they are born into it.
they're born into it. And so
That is true.
a sad thing about it is that as much as I hate the men, they're also victims of the cult. You know what I mean? So it's
Very
like
good point.
some of the guys that come out of this, I have a lot of daughters of, I've got daughters. The sad thing is that some of the guys are just really good men, but then like the cult just poisoned them. And then it's like they got one woman, her dad ended up leaving because he just got so tired of like hurting people, because that's what almost the cult demands men to do. And he just couldn't do it anymore. And he left. And he took some of the kids and was like, I can't do this anymore. This is not me. And that's rare for men to leave, but he
Yeah,
left.
it's actually not rare for men to leave, but I'm not thinking of polygamy. I'm thinking of Scientology, because it's usually the men that like the men with the like, and they talk to their wife and then they come up with the plan. I don't know. I think Kody talks a lot of bullshit since she hates men so much. She's never once spoken that any compassion for any males leaving. But here we go. She's spinning another one. You know, her leaf has
There's good men that don't want to hurt. And then there's boys that are pushed out.
Didn't most of the brown kids, the boys, or like, didn't a lot of the brown kids decide not to continue with
Yeah,
polygamy?
none of them are. None of them are.
God.
And if you
No
notice,
one
he has
first, I don't think. Like not one of them. Not one of them
not one of them. No.
following that path. Yeah.
Probably without the exposure of that channel and all the people in their comments and DMs talking to them, they probably wouldn't have realized how different their lives should be. Like, I feel
think,
like
yeah,
that show help them. I mean, to that show help them see that there's other ways to live and be happy.
For sure. I mean, the kids for sure got more exposure once they moved to Las Vegas and they were like put into public school and like they were out of the insular community. On the show, they would say, and even Peyton in John's interview, the thing about the brown kids that I think people don't really realize is that they don't even really, some of them, even though they're not in it anymore, I don't think they,
years.
Yeah, that was their lives. And so they'll say, well, yes, we were a cult, but no, we didn't have this, or it wasn't like that, or blah, blah, blah. And even on John's channel, Peyton said that, and he said it just so flippantly, like that his dad would hit him in the mouth.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't boot me. Don't block me.
He 100% said Kody said he would hit him in the mouth. And Peyton said, and I deserved it.
I've never liked Kody, but that definitely solidifies it, because there's just
and Gwendolyn has said that he's paddled her to the point of bruises. And that's the thing that none of, like, the sad part is that, like, as much as I really, you know, I cheer the women on for leaving, and I'm abuse that's just.
Oh, can you just get a fucking tissue? Get a fucking tissue. I know how much you love the feeling of snorting stuff and it being, you know, sucked back down, but I'm wearing headphones, okay? And it's so, at the end of every sentence, I can't do it because mine is smooth because I had Vicks Vapor Drops and that's cured me until I get sick of this. But should I move? Did you guys want to see what the person said in John's chat? They said about Kody, and it's on the screen. I have so much respect for you, Kody, and even more now that you're on John's channel. Is this Kody? You have been through so much as well. What has she been through that she hasn't created, though? Her cookie crumble trail is just full on barrels. I'm talking crap, but we got to go back. Should I move? I'm quite happy down here in the corner. I could take myself off the screen, but then I'm not part of the box party and I want to be part of the box party. I could move, but then knowing my luck, I'll miss when the boxes change and then I'll just be blocking someone. But it's not like there's anyone to see.
All of the moms, all of the moms spanked. They all used corporal punishment, 100%. Kody would have been instructing Mary.
Well, and Kody always used to play the wives against each other. I mean, everybody saw that all the time.
That's like all the polygamous men do that because they don't.
That's why it probably fell apart like it did, because him using that to his advantage.
Yeah, and what he did is normal. Like, and what is happening is normal. That's what I think people don't even realize is, like, if you go in and you start talking to people from this culture, which is the Apostolic United Brethren, almost every polygamous man has a favorite wife. He abandons all of his other wives. Most of the other wives just never see their husbands. They live in houses by themselves, and they're not really in the family, but they don't ever date. They don't go any, they're just part of his harem, but he doesn't even see them. Once they stop giving him babies, they're useless to him. And a lot of times the men
I.e. Mary.
Huh?
I.e. Mary.
Right. And a lot of times the men only show up when mom is ovulating. That's it.
And what's crazy is in that religion, they're notorious for secluding the kids. Like I said, if it wasn't for that show, I don't think any of those kids would be out of it, because they're notorious for keeping the kids hidden from real life and outside of their religion.
Well, I mean, none of Christine's kids were even claimed by Kody as a father. He's not on their birth certificates. They're fatherless.
Which has to be very confusing and unsettling.
Well, and because of that, they're like the lowest on the totem pole. So Christine's kids were treated the worst out of all of them. Janelle's kids were treated the best.
I haven't watched that show in a
long
long time.
was the firstborn, so
I just think that Kody liked Janelle better than he liked Christine.
I think
Janelle brought more money to the table, and Janelle held things in,
But from watching the show, like, you could see, like, his, like, when that episode, like, when Cody's like, I'm going on a date with Janelle, and, like, I kiss her at the end? Like, I don't know, like, like, go fuck yourself.
Oh, right.
Like, you could
Part
tell
of she's not very attractive when she's overweight and stuff.
Well,
Kody was, like, still very much in love with Janelle, but I do believe that, like, it was because, like, Christine was the first to leave, and, like, if I were to bet on who was the first to leave Kody, I would have never guessed Christine in a million years. We know that Mary tried to run with Jackie Overton, and that didn't work out so well for her. But
oh my god, I'm fully tuning out. Like, captions can't even save me. I want to jump ahead because I don't care about this sister wives shit. Like, I really do feel like I'm a fly on the wall, but I would love to be swatted because I don't want to be there. I don't find this fun. This is not my cup of tea, Katie Joy. This is not my cup of tea. You're offering no goods. Just round and round and round. The same old bullshit. Like, monotone central gets on my nerves if there's nothing interesting. It's like Katie's posts have come to life. Okay, should I just continue or skip forward? I might.
It's hard because in this culture they don't marry for love. So, like, our idea of what love is and their idea of what love is aren't the same. So we can say, like, they don't marry at all for love. Kody didn't marry any of those women because he loved them.
Katie, you didn't marry your husband because you loved him. You needed someone to fill that role so you could present as a normal person, going along with what society expects of you, getting married, having the child, getting the house and all that. Except, sometimes it looks a bit different in people's viewpoints. Like, you should never have had a child. You should never have got married. What's the point? He's your roommate, really. I mean, he sleeps in the other room with the dogs. You don't have at all, and haven't in over a decade, because, your love runs so deep. But how can you dictate what everyone else's love is and all that when you don't even know what love is? You don't feel love. It's a word. It holds no weight. I love it. I do love it, yeah, when you try to teach everyone what a marriage should be, when your marriage is anything, like it should be. Oh, a lot of words for what could have been said so simply.
Because they would give him an increase to exaltation. That's the only reason.
They can provide.
Yeah. And so each woman is giving him something that he needs. And he chose Mary, right? Mary is how he got into the cult. And then he courted a woman that ended up breaking up with him, who was a teenager, like underage. And then she turned 18 and then she dipped out. Then he married Janelle, but Janelle was actually married to Mary's brother. And with Janelle, he wasn't attractive and she was a good worker. He saw dollar signs. And if you look at their financial history, Janelle was...
It was a business.
It was a business relationship, but it also became a sexual one because he was so inexperienced in his sex life before with Mary. They were both just innocent Mormon kids that knew nothing about sex. And then I've talked to a friend of Kody's that's explained this to me. Jill was like the original Robin, basically.
It's crazy. Aren't they all split? Didn't all the wives leave, or is Robin still there?
Robin
left.
Yeah, Robin is still there.
I kind of figured she would be the last one to leave.
But yeah, then Christine came in, but he didn't marry Christine because he loved her. Christine's dad is Rex Allred.
Christine had like, family lines, like, she's like royalty.
And what's really funny is when they say royalty, you're like, yeah, your grandpa's a pedophile that went to jail for being a polygamist.
But that's royalty. And see, like, I've been doing this for my life for like how many years? Like, now you want to ask questions because Katie's here? Like, damn.
What do they want to know?
I'm just fucking with you, Siwa. But like, yeah, no, like I'm grateful for Katie's insight right now. And she really does her homework on stuff.
I just have a lot of friends that are in the community now. And
friends or sources. And I can't even imagine the kind of journalistic level that you operate at to spend time interviewing Kody's friend talking about his sex life. Ethics, code of practice, boom, no, don't care because you're Katie Joy, you're after the tea. Does 7M know this? Do they know how low you will go? Well, oh, you do not research at all, you do not do well at all, you just copy straight from the Sun, and you think the Sun are a legit, go-to source. Obviously, you don't live in the real world where the Sun is a tabloid. If you went to journalist school, you would know the tabloids are rated the bottom of the barrel. You don't take what they say as fact, because what they're saying is just gossip tea, they haven't interviewed anyone. It's all hearsay. And Katie, that's what you use as sources, hearsay. But if you went to study journalism, you would know that that doesn't qualify as a source. Oh, this is why you chose this chat. Everyone is all praise KJ. All praise KJ. The biggest YouTuber.
Like, you and I just have such different ways that
Approaches?
you don't get blocked by the women. I get blocked by them because I actually talk about the truth of what's happening. And I have their family members that have left that are trying to get them out that follow me. And so I'm evil, right?
You take content from their Patreon, and you just publish it like there's no breaking of the law, that you haven't done anything wrong. Again, holding up the ethics that you apply to your channel. Fuck off.
I'm the evil, wicked.
More you catch more flies with honey than vinegar approach. I would rather, and I've gone through this over the years with cast members, from 90 Day Fiance, and I piss somebody off and then have them block me and then not get that info from them, that I could use.
I totally, I understand it. I'm not trying to have honey with polygamists, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I'm talking about 90 Day Fiance, not polygamy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I actually had a bunch of 90 Day Fiance people that follow me. Laura still comments on my Instagram.
Oh, my God. Don't do
Her
that.
fiance is a part of our community and John's biggest fan.
Laura?
No, honey, sweetheart. Don't. Katie.
Glenn Crack.
Don't say her name.
Laura is probably the most hated person from the show ever.
I'm sure she is.
Laura, Lita, and Laura and Lita definitely are.
I hated Jason, and then he passed away.
Oh, Jason was insignificant.
I know he's dead, rest in peace, but he literally, my son is autistic, and he literally told me in messages that in his day, if I would just beat my son, I could beat the shit. I could beat the autism out of him.
You know, that falls back on you, Katie, because most people would not repeat that on their own live, let alone on another live, and repeat it multiple times. You have. Why would you even acknowledge it? Because you want other people to get rolled up. You want to create drama, but at the expense of your son, who can hear you saying that. It's fucking disgusting. My son, who's autistic.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go off camera now.
Okay, so Katie, do you remember when Laura did her "Where Are They Now" special, and she said, "Oh, I got a new fiance. Here he is," and this buff guy came up on camera. Do you remember that?
Not really, because I don't watch 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, okay. It was a long time ago, but he's a part of our community, and he is upset.
90 Day Fiance.
Oh,
You know who was used to be obsessed with John is who was that blonde chick that was married to Jay?
Ashley.
Oh, and
Oh,
she was obsessed with John for the longest
they were
time.
friends.
No,
at
me
first.
and Ashley real legit friends. Like, you know, like
Met in person, slept in the
and,
same
like,
hotel room.
you know, like hung out, like spent weekends together. Like
Walked
me and
Cactus.
Ashley were, you know, it wasn't like, you know, me being a blogger and I met her once at an event. No, me and Ashley were very, very close. It wasn't, you know, we had a very different relationship, like me and Angela.
That for sure, like, can happen with people. Like, I've gotten really close to Christy Blanchard, who is Gypsy Rose Blanchard's stepmom. Gypsy Rose from, you know.
I know who she is.
Yeah. So
let's be quiet.
Oh, yeah. So I've gotten really close to Christy over the years. Like, we've been really good friends for 4.5 years, and I've learned so much about, like, I didn't know what it was like to be.
I need to go back. Because now they are very close friends. But you have shared no new information. You have shown, like, you are, Katie, you and Lindsay Chrisley were not best friends. You often would start a live by saying, "Oh, I just got off the phone to Lindsay Chrisley. We are close because we both are boy mums. So that's how we bonded over our sons. You know, we're mums raising sons. And we talk on the phone for hours." That was all lies. Also, she was never best friends with Amy Duggar. Another one who Amy Duggar was just nice to her. Oh my God, we're best friends. She spoke to me. She commented to me. The amount of lies, the delusion that Katie comes up with in her mind is scary. The stuff with Christy Blanchard, with her thinking that she is best friends, they're so close, that is scary. That she has convinced herself that she's an insider. She has close contacts on such a big story. Then why are you doing so much harm to Gypsy? By rehashing the past, going round and round on info that is already out there. If you were close friends with Christy, your approach to reporting on Gypsy would be different. Instead, it's the exact same way that you do all of your coverage on anyone. Hyper-focused, and you just convince yourself that you are the go-to person. You know more than anyone because you covered her before. But you don't understand that you are one of the fucking psycho stalkers that they need to protect her from. You're dangerous. You are dangerous. Fucking hell. I'm looking at you, Katie. I'm looking right down your crappy.
Oh, you know who used to be obsessed with John is who is that blonde chick that was married to Jay?
Ashley.
Oh, and she was obsessed with John for the longest
They were
time.
friends.
No, me and Ashley were real legit friends. Like, you know, like
Met in person, slept in the same hotel room.
You know, like hung out, like spent weekends together. Like
Walked
me and
Cactus.
Ashley were, you know, it wasn't like, you know, me being a blogger and I met her once at an event. No, me and Ashley were very, very close. It was wasn't, you know, we had a
People like I've gotten really close to Christy Blanchard, who is Gypsy Rose Blanchard's stepmom. Gypsy Rose from, you know.
I know who she is.
Yeah. So
let's be quiet.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like, I've gotten really close to Christy over the years. Like we've been really good friends for 4.5 years, and she's just the sweetest woman ever. And I've learned so much about, like, I didn't know what it was like to be a parent that would have a child incarcerated, you know, and like what that is like for a parent. And then she, you know, she was like in Rod's life and she was worked with Dee Dee, so she remembers when Gypsy was born, and she was dating Rod when Gypsy was 6 months old. And it's just like, it's been wild. But yeah, she's amazing. So it's weird sometimes when you like make that connection, you know, and you're like, and like right now, everyone's talking, but every once in a while, someone will say shit, and then I'm up on my Instagram and I'm like, F you, like TMZ or whoever you are. Like, there's so many YouTubers that like are using her name and like clickbait, and it's just horrible.
It's horrible. You are using her name. It's so horrible watching you talk to Christy like she is supposed to know who you are. I was just on the phone to your mum, you know, oh my gosh, you know, we were talking about the old days when all of us used to hang out. Oh no, that didn't happen, did it? Or did it? I can write that into my lie too.
Yeah, that's not me. Like, you know, I could probably go live and, like, you know, use like the current trending names, but like, you know, I can't speak on people like I don't know anything about, you know.
Gypsy's had a hard life, but she served her time, and she's like totally motivated to do what's right.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no issues with that. You know, she, like you said, like she did her time, and it's wow. You're going deep right now.
You're like, my mind is blown.
It wasn't. Go ahead.
Do you want to go back to Rakin? We can talk about Rakin.
And real quick, because you just mentioned Lita really quick. And I checked. She just got okayed for travel with her case.
The country.
Who had a court case against John too, if you didn't know that.
Oh, well, Eric had one, Lita had one, Eric and Lita had one, then Eric and Lita had one against me and Sherelle.
And JENELLE had one.
Wait, who is Eric?
Her husband.
The guy from the Marines. Or was it Marines? Yeah, I think he was.
Lita was married to Eric.
Remember they had the stepdaughter living in the apartment with them, and then
Lita. Oh God.
Yes.
It's Katie Joy Amber. Hi Amber. Yes, Katie Joy is here. Yes, let's say this. Katie Joy.
Are they still together?
Yes, they are. She claims to be a doctor, which she's not. She got. Do you even know that her recent charges?
Oh, Addie used to be one of my subscribers. She's the cute. Oh, Addie is the sweetest lady ever. She's like, she absolutely loves court cases and legal stuff.
Addie is one of my panelists, like for like the last 2 years.
Oh,
Addie, she was just up there last night, wasn't it?
Addie just came here to Jersey to.
If you didn't know, like, you know, that there was an actual person in here called Addie, you would just think they're just talking about Addies. How many of you snorted today? Oh my God.
Spend Thanksgiving with me and my husband.
Oh, Addie's the sweetest. She is like, she really digs into like legal stuff and loves that kind of stuff.
She's very good at it.
Yes, she's extremely good at it. She was like, I love you, Katie. She was all over my channel during Josh Duggar's trial, and was like constantly like in comments and providing commentary. And she was just like, she's so sweet.
Are you aware of Lita's new charges, Katie?
No.
3 felonies and a misdemeanor.
That's for fraud, right?
Theft, fraud, wiretapping.
Her convert. What was that car? Corvette.
Wait, she said she took the money for that?
That's how she bought it.
I don't know why, and the reason behind it, but she got arrested for three different.
It's got. Well, there's 4 things here. There's 1 misdemeanor. The misdemeanor is theft, business setting. That is misdemeanor A. The rest are misapprehensive institution. Value exceeds 500, but it does not exceed 10,000. another felony, and then also wire fraud against a financial institution.
Is she using her like Instagram to plead her innocence, just like Jeffrey did?
Not yet.
Nope, she's still active in hate streams about John every
Yep.
time.
She sure is. With Rakin, by the way.
Calling him a scammer when she has all these charges.
Her and
that
Rakin
just-
together.
Here's how you know that Rakin is like who Rakin is. Rakin takes the side of all the criminals.
Before
She
you
literally
go into
your
more
blogger that they
bullshit
wanna
that you
get-
don't know and you're just assuming and exaggerating to try and seem like, you know, you actually know, but you don't know anything, Katie. Oh, fuck, have I thrown myself off? Oh, probably. No, you side with pedophiles. Yes. Having Caleb on your channel? You know, clappity clap. And you're always siding with the abuser. And I think it's because you can only really see that point of view because you'll never understand the point of view of a victim.
One up on. I cover like cult leaders, guys that go to prison. I used to cover the C word, the family, the C word, but then he sued me and now he's in prison. The CHRISLEY guy. And
Is that still going on, by the way? Can I ask you that?
the lawsuit? No.
Okay, it's done.
Yeah, it's over.
I
I just
was curious about that. You know, he's in jail.
Yeah,
I
he's
know
in
it's
jail.
just,
Like, I
still happening.
really don't have a lot to say about him because honestly, that whole process was horrible for me. But I will say that all the press that keeps coming out about him, it's just like PR propaganda. That's all it is. But they'll say like, oh, he won $1 million or whatever from.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
saw
yeah,
one that
no,
he went
you-
to.
yeah.
You'd think that, well, any rational person that pays taxes in America would be interested in what the CHRISLEY case has evolved to. We're talking like the RIS has like basically scammed them, set them up for loss, sent them to prison and shit for shit that their system is not showing at present. Like the taxes were paid, but it wasn't showing up in the system for a lot of the shit. And then you had like his accountant did that bad stuff. Like didn't the accountant steal some money, said that he was paying stuff and he wasn't. It doesn't, but like from a taxpayer position, but I think Katie's not interested because she's only interested in tax fraud, in my opinion. Everything she goes after people for, Medicaid fraud, tax evasion, blah, 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 is what she does, in my opinion. Abuses every system to get all the benefits that she can get that are good for her, not good for anyone else, like her son. That's just my opinion. From what you've written, Katie, over the years in your Without a Crystal Ball articles.
$1 million
Him
recently.
prior to him, you know, going into the clink. That was a lawsuit.
Yeah, but the problem is it has nothing to do with his criminal case. So it's not like, and he likes to evidence from the Georgia case. He likes to try to like use the Georgia case as like deflection from the federal case. The federal
Katie, that's what you're doing with the whole 7M thing, using another court case to deflect on your own shit when the two don't.
case had nothing to do with, I mean, it did have to do with taxes, but it mostly had to do with him defrauding banks. He went to prison, like literally fail. There was 32 banks.
Okay, wow.
There was 32 banks, I believe, that he defrauded. He has a judgment with the government for $17 million. So when he's like, oh, we got awarded $1 million for this. Well, yeah, but you owe the Fed 17 million and they have nothing to do with each other. And then like one of the attorneys will put something out and it'll say his sentence got reduced. No, it didn't. In federal prison, it automatically, sentence reduction goes automatic for release dates at 85% of their sentence because that's the max that they have to serve. And then if they don't have
time added back on, that will be his release date, but his release date will change a number of times until his actual release. It's not lowering just because he's been good. It's lowering because when he went in, they automatically said, okay, we're going to assume you get 85% of time.
You are talking absolute bulldang, and you are talking about someone that you settled with, and in that settlement, the declarations were that you were not going to talk about him ever again. Has he ever spoken about you, Katie? Imagine if he never shut up about you, even though you signed in your settlement that you would never talk about each other. Imagine if Todd Chrisley went against that and would keep on talking about you over and over. Would you have an issue? I think you fucking would. I think you fucking would. This is fucked up. This is your morals. This is your ego. This is you thinking that people are looking to you for info on Chrisley? Okay, Mrs. Insecure. That's all you've got. Insecurity and, you know, an ego. You don't need balls when you've got an ego.
But they spin everything. He's really good at spin. Very good at spin. He pays a lot to PR people, and then he doesn't pay his attorneys. I'm just saying.
You don't pay yours either. How long was Michael Brown waiting for your payment? I think he was still waiting for it way into 2021 when you guys settled. I think early 2021, and he was still waiting for you to pay. So that could be said about you as well. But yeah, not looking at you for the fact.
Yowza.
I don't ever talk about him because I'm not really supposed to, but.
Was that a yowza in the background, John?
That was me. Yowza. Like, you know,
Oh, Cody, yowza.
No, he beat me to the punch.
But doesn't she know that this is public? It's the same thing with Instagram. She thinks that she's just talking to her stranger friend. She's just having a FaceTime with, you know, friends that don't exist. She's just unaware that it's worldwide, live, on the internet. I shouldn't really be talking about him. Well, fucking shut the fuck up then. You never shut the fuck up. You never do what's right for your family, for you, for your business. I mean, that's the reason you're in all this shit. I can't wait for 7M to just fly swat you like the fly you are. But I don't think you're a fly because flies are quite cute. You know, Louis is really cute. So I don't know, maybe, are you a stink bug? Yeah.
On that one.
Cody came out. He's like, you know, because Cody watched the show. He loves that show.
Oh, it's so fake. It's so fake.
It's so like it used to be enjoyable, but now you could tell it's scripted, just like the Mama June
that's
show.
why I stopped
Can I-
watching.
can I
because
ask
was
you a
like,
question?
I quit watching because of that.
I don't know if you want, like, you know, can I ask you a question about it? Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
you want to answer it. Like, I wasn't on the show and she was giving you all this intel and like that's why like he sued you. Can you like expand on that a little bit? And if you don't want to answer it, like you don't have to.
I will say like what I'll say without getting into specifics, but I wasn't being fed info by any means. Like,
I'm sorry if I misphrase that. Like, you know.
yeah, no, I actually naive. I'm still really hurt by this one. I don't know why, but I really liked her. And
Oh, fuck. What is she talking about? Who is she talking about? Should I rewind or just play the guessing game? Because it's not really that hard once you figure it out.
we were actually, I thought we were friends, and I don't think we ever really were friends.
Oh, is it Lindsay Chrisley? Oh, no, it's Amy. It is, because I did the short the other night of her live from her bed where she's like doing those questions to herself. Like, do I think we were ever friends? No. Do I think that I might have lied to myself and convinced myself otherwise? Yes. Well, that wasn't there, but that's what she could have said. She's such a leech. She is a leech. She's the person that you say hi to and then automatically they're showing up at your door in nightmare time.
I think I was maybe a vehicle for her in some way or an outlet.
Why didn't she want to be on the show or have any part with it? Like,
I honestly, it's so complicated. That's not my story to tell. Like, there's a lot so complicated that she's never talked about, and I will never say it because it's not my place.
okay, I respect that.
It's not your place. Well, it was your place for many years, talking about how close you and Lindsay were. I'm guessing it's Lindsay. We're just going past the CHRISLEY stuff. Oh, yes, Goose. Oh, yeah, Goose says, oops. She's talking about Lindsay, and KJ admits that she contacted feds and RIS on Todd. Has she said that already, or is it coming up? I want my listening ears to be on. I'm just staring at those captions. How good are the captions? Just stare at them. Hang on. How do I? Oh, this is from the 19th of January, 2024. So last Friday this happened, and we're not going to be able to watch it all now. We'll probably continue tomorrow night. So, okay, so I guess we have to go back now to Katie. Look, she's like, I'm going to be respectful. It's not my story to tell. Didn't she sit for a disposition? I can't say it right because I want Todd to say it. Todd, you say it.
I think it's just she, unfortunately, he's a narcissist, a malignant narcissist, megalomaniac, malignant, horrible narcissist, and he's vindictive and he's cruel, and the federal government said that he succeeded in witness tampering, and I was a part of that, and that's what happened.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we met with the FBI, we met with the prosecutors, my attorneys. We had meetings with the actual people that were the people that were like doing the trial, like whoever the prosecutor was. My attorney met with them. We met with the FBI that investigated him because of the threats he was doing to me, and I actually reported witness tampering to the FBI.
Wow.
Well, did you hear that he supposedly got a new trial? Like he
did not get a new trial. That's more propaganda.
What
Savannah said.
Witness tampering did she witness? What is she talking about? That she reported? Did she get in trouble with the FBI for witness tampering? I'm so confused. Do I need to go back and listen to it a second time? Katie, you do this to me. It's the monotone because there's no oomph on any word, so I don't know which word's important.
On her, I think it was
like, there's a lot in his background that is so complicated that she's never talked about, and I will never say it because it's not my place.
Okay, I respect that.
I think it's just she, unfortunately, he's a narcissist, a malignant narcissist, megalomaniac. He's vindictive and he's cruel, and the federal government said that he succeeded in witness tampering, and I was a part of that, and that's what happened.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we met with the FBI, we met with the prosecutors, my attorneys. We had meetings with the actual people that were the people that were like doing the trial, like whoever the prosecutor was. My attorney met with them. We met with the FBI that investigated him, and
Wow.
Well, did you hear that he supposedly got a new trial? Like he
did not get a new trial. That's more propaganda.
Well, that's what Savannah said on her. I think it was
Savannah is his puppet.
You're dismissing what the family say. That is a direct source. This is not hearsay. Goose says that they are getting a new trial. Where it's like, my eye is twitching. Goose, I can like so picture you. It's not propaganda, KJ. Todd got an appeal. A new judge is going to hear how they are innocent and wrongly sitting in prison. When they get out, I hope KJ is being shackled in. She will be. I hope that she does. I mean, once you get the key to look into the background of Katie and everything that she's tried to scrub and hide from the internet, but okay. The level of scams, the level of fraud, the level of lies that she has told to get what she wants needs to be looked into. And I hope that they look into her son, hope they look into hope they look into the feeding tube, hope they look into what he is eating. It's like, if he does have gastroparesis and that's the reason that he is on the feeding tube, then why is she feeding him gluten and processed sugar and oranges and everything that is not good for anyone that has gastroparesis? She really does prey on the viewers not knowing what it is she's talking about in relation to her son. And like over the past years, I've just been seeing how I share similar disorders with him, and like, I'm just so grateful that my mum loved me and cared, because I can't imagine having a cold-ass, disconnected mum who's in it for her own, the Katie show, the show and tell.
She's his puppet.
Oh, okay.
So it's really sad, you guys. He's not a good, in my opinion, he's not a good person. And
your opinion, though, doesn't hold much weight either. Your opinion, you're a pretty sloppy ass bottom of the barrel type of channel. So your opinion is not.
I was targeted because he wanted my communications with her. And I've never even disclosed the stuff that she's told me, that, yeah, he didn't get a new trial. Savannah I'll say, she did a video or whatever, a podcast, and said that his appeal has oral arguments. That's nothing. Josh Duggar's appeal got oral arguments. He will 100% not get a new trial.
You cannot sit there and say 100%, because you can say that with Josh because of the crime. But when there's new information, there's new documents. Have you been not keeping up with Emily, your home girl? Missing the plot a bit, Katie,
There is no evidence that will counteract what the evidence to convict him on all counts. It was a rock solid case. He and his business partner testified about the fraud. And he intimidated his daughter so much that she ended up testifying as a witness for him, but she was supposed to be a witness for the feds. And I got in the middle of that.
Came out and said that she was misled by reports in the media, certain people spreading misinformation to make her side with a certain party, to make her not side with her brother and her dad, to see them as the most evil. That's what Katie's point of view was. And Lindsay Chrisley talks about this on Coffee Convos. I'll link the videos down below, and there's a few shorts as well where she says, like, I will address Without a Crystal Ball, who has been causing all this shit, dividing their family over simple lies that she is spreading. Once Lindsay came out and just said, look, we're not friends, we've never been friends, she's a stalker, she's way too close, all that, that's when KODY just stopped talking about Lindsay. So it's weird that she's bringing her up, but she must be totally toasted. She's so turned. Oh, she's not looking good. I wish I was looking at how not looking good you were. Oh well, I'll settle for cat.
What happened is he started playing with her mind, and it was really sad when it was happening. I cried so many tears over this. I've never been so heartbroken in my life, sister to her.
You were protective.
Very protective of her. I still am. And like, I feel so sad because it's like, I don't think she's a bad person. She has said terrible things about me. And, you know, she's like been very vocal about like trying to say the government was overreaching with her dad. And it's just, you don't understand. This man is so scary that.
And why do you understand, you know, Todd Chrisley more than his own daughter? You know, why does she need to look to you to go, oh, my dad might be narcissistic, all this crap? No, you do not know more than family ties. You do not know more than the inner circle. You are a fucking nutter. And I love this comment by, what was it? Autistic Shill says, she knows that nothing is 100%. She loves playing on those who don't understand. Yeah, this is her perfect audience. Anything she says is the truth. I mean, God, it's KODY Joy, 360 what subscribers and not counting up. No, and not growing unless she puts some more money in the bank. Fuck. Imagine being this, like, I just can't even imagine being this dumb.
They
Well,
will
you threatened her with all kinds of things, so she felt like she had to. Or
well, the government said that there was witness tampering, like successful witness tampering with her. And that's like half the reason why I got tangled up with him is because she's 100%. She had left and like disconnected from him, and he wanted to isolate her from anyone that might try to help her and offer her support and offer her an ear. And
so that's how you became a target.
Yeah.
You never help people. Did you help Janelle when, you know, you gave her an ear for all her stuff? Even the DMs with Lindsay, you badmouthed her behind her back to other people, bullied her, called her out for being weak. Like, what kind of friend are you? What is your definition of friendship? Because if it is leech on to whatever passes by and convince the world that you're best friends, almost Siamese twins, you know, that's how close you are, ringing each other as soon as you wake up in the morning, last call at night. Because that's a bit stalkerish, you know, that is single white female.
Yep.
And the single white female, because KODY started wearing those layered necklaces. She started dressing like Lindsay, the off the shoulder, but, you know, never wore a strapless bra, just her old white bra, wearing off the shoulder tops that aren't made to be off the shoulder, and total cringe-worthy layering of her necklaces until they broke. And God, I can still remember it when I put that in slow motion and they broke everywhere. And she didn't know what to do, and it was so shocking, but that was the break in the cycle we all needed. No more necklaces. Or does she still wear them? I can't remember. I cannot remember because I was focused on the face, not the necklaces last time she was on.
Nothing that I reported was what was in his trial. Everything I reported was exactly what was in his trial. It was actually what she testified to. And what his, like, he said, oh, you called me gay. Well, his partner testified on stand that they had an affair.
On the stand. He was one person and probably giving into the whole speculation. Who are you in that live where you say, and he's gay, and you put your arms out like, You are the knower of all. And also in that same one, weren't you saying that Jenna? I always say it wrong. I don't know how to say it right. Yeah, Jenna was also gay. And multiple Duggars are. But who are you? Are you an ally? Or what? Because if you are LGBTQ, Katie, you would know how bad it is to out people. How bad it is to question sexuality publicly. You are the bully. You are the evil person that would risk the Duggar children's lives by pinning a label on them that their parents would go crazy over. But that's what you want. You want the drama. You don't care about the truth. It's Katie Joy lies central. You wouldn't even know the truth because you lie to yourself. I mean, you've lied to yourself, convinced yourself that it's okay to talk about CHRISLEY's, even though it's in a law document that you signed. But you've spoken about him multiple times. Posted about him. You're not being sly when you've got no self-awareness. You're being fucking obvious. That's what, you're breaking the law.
Stuff wasn't.
Kody just asked me, ask her if he's gay.
I think everybody assumes he is. And if his business partner got up there and said that under oath, ooh.
I don't really that was just something she would never talk about. And I never pushed the topic. It was never a situation where it was let's bash on your dad. You know what I mean? It was more if she needed to talk about her trauma or assholes, so we really could relate on that. And we both felt like square pegs and round holes in our families. And so we would just both vent to each other. And so when he succeeded, it took him 2 years to get her to turn on me. It was relentless. And it took him suing me.
It took
to get
him
it done.
2 years to turn her against. That was 2 years of you best friends with LINDSIE. That's 2 years of her unable to get her story out because of your bullshit. Getting in the way, saying that the dad, you said that Todd Chrisley blackmailed her with the sex tape and all that. You got your wires crossed. You're talking about a family that you only know surface value. You don't know their deep roots. You don't know what they know. Mrs. Know-It-All. Took him 2 years to turn her against you. I'm pretty sure your coverage turned her against you. Are you that fucking dumb? Yes, you are. Fuck. Is there a Without a Crystal Ball hotline? I really want to leave a message on your answering machine. It would be so long you'll need to flip side.
There's no telling what he was threatening her with,
I know what he was threatening her with. He is a violent man.
Well, then maybe I guess he's in the right place then.
Yeah. So whenever there's all this stuff that goes out about him, and I'm not supposed to talk about him, but whatever. I get so aggravated that there's these media outlets that feed it oh, Savannah said, because I don't think she even understands.
Right.
And she's she reminds me of the Duggar kids, or it's Stockholm syndrome,
Yeah.
Where it's you don't even know what you don't know what you don't know. But he caused community banks to fail. He stole over $30 million.
That's insanity.
And you don't know what you don't know. Katie, you don't know. You don't know information. You only know the same information, nothing more. Because if he progresses in the courts, he won't progress in your mind of delusion. Fuck, you are so... And I've got so much stuff that I've never said about him, but and I'm not meant to be talking about him, but I don't care. Well, you fucking should care. You should care. This is how authority doesn't affect you. The law doesn't affect you. You are above all that. You get away with so much. Why would you ever be caught?
It has nothing to do with not paying his taxes in Georgia. But because a FBI or a Georgia search executed by the Department of Revenue in Georgia provided them evidence case, he conflates the two together. So he ended up having to throw out the evidence from the Georgia Department of Revenue from the case, but the FBI did a search warrant on his computer and they found all of it on his computer. So it was like they had the hard copy, like cut and paste. He literally had bank statements and he cut numbers and he like pasted them onto a piece of paper. And then he would to like Merrill Lynch or whatever, whoever it was. Like he told.
I love how you're so sure that Todd did that, you know, because he's got the ability to hire people, accountants, managers, all that, whereas you don't. So you got to do all your taxes yourself. So no cutting anything for you and pasting it down. I mean, you just don't even bother filing it, in my opinion. But you have no knowledge of the real world. Your mind is so closed off because you live off hate. You live off drama. You don't live off facts. You have no drive for facts. Just bulldang, just shoveling it continually. Like there's a huge pile of shit in the middle of this thing right now, and it is getting so big, Katie. You're loving it though. The more it steams up, the
$4 million in Merrill Lynch or something like that, and he had negative $17.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
That's the thing, is like kind of disenchant the media. Like, why do we feed propaganda? Vanna says.
Why would anyone choose you over what Savannah says? She's a direct family link, a direct family voice. Who are you? Katie, you are so fucking dumb. The media. Oh, because you're smarter than the media? Even though you are the media? You're not the media. You're bottom of the barrel type of media. Fuck, Katie. I'm thinking an hour and a half. We might have to end it because I don't want to, drag it on. And also, we will continue this on Friday. Hopefully, we'll get through more then and won't have to continue on to Monday. But, I mean, if we do, we do, because slow and steady is my way. Spirit animal being a snail. God, imagine if my spirit animal was something fast. That would be way too fast for me. This is what Katie does to me. I choose to leave and then I've got nothing to say because the brain has been mushed in the blender. I kind of like, should I wait to a break or... Okay, I'm going to press play and then it's going to tell me when to end. It's saying not yet, not yet. It's a full moon in Leo. Can you guys feel that energy? Make sure you put your healing crystals and stuff out to be recharged by the moon. Yes, I believe in all that. I mean, I live my life off energy. Not you though, Katie. I'm feeling so much better as well. Katie, you haven't affected me at all. I'll wake up tomorrow fucking cranky. Okay.
She's pretty much like the face of the family now that they're arrested.
But they're a family that's a criminal family.
That is true.
And it would be like they should just go away the way that a lot of the Duggars have. Like, I don't talk as much about the Duggars unless we're talking about actual shit. It's not a propaganda machine. And it just, the tabloid sensationalism of that civic family bothers me. Like, how can we continue to give these people platforms when we know that they stole $30 million?
Wow.
And what is so ethical about you? Like, why have you still got your platform? Like, all you do is harm people, spread lies. You don't give any second thought to the people you're harming. Like the Duggar women, for example. Your need to report on Josh Duggar over and over and over, posting his face, not understanding the trauma that you are re-traumatizing the women, his victims, by posting his face over and over and over, detailing shit. Got no idea, just because you enjoy all that and it gives you a little weird feeling that you can't control and need to share with the rest of the world. People that have actually experienced trauma, Katie, that have gone through that. That's triggering. That is harmful. And it's the silent damage that you will never know. But I'm here to tell you that you fucking damaged so many fucking people. So sit down, because I really hope that when you have your day in court, like in a parallel universe, what I would love is for you to sit on a little chair and then everyone that you have harmed gets to come in and read a little thing. You know, this is how you have harmed me. And for you to hear it, not that you would hear it because you're perfect and you don't harm anyone and you're a journalist who, you know, follows the ethics. First, do no harm. In what planet? In what planet? You aim to do harm. If you're not harming people, what are you doing? Definitely not saving them. Definitely not providing any help. Definitely not being an advocate. Because, oh my God, if you watch back your lives where you are salivating over certain details, absolutely monotone, no reaction, because you're not aware. You have no self-awareness, so you don't know how you come across. And just coming into John Yates, choosing this chat, I'm ready to do some carousel spewage and have people applaud me, kiss my ankles, you know, roll out that red carpet, because I am the biggest YouTuber that's ever come across you. And hey, John Yates, you know, we might be in the same boat, but it's all smooth sailing for Katie. She hasn't even come out of her delusion yet. She's still living in oblivion. She's not even living in the real world. She thinks she's going to win the lawsuit with 7M. My gosh. Yeah, wake up, Katie. I don't know. This is going to be your rock bottom, but also, when are you going to come into reality? And if you were in reality, you would never have spoken about CHRISLEY. There's no way that you would jeopardize that shit, the level of crap. You know, why would you even go down that path? But you don't care. Just like you don't care with anything, because you're above the law. For years, you've got away with substance abuse, abusing your son, abusing your animals, abusing your husband. You know? Knocking back that trazodone at night. Sharing it all to the world. No punishment needed for Katie. No, she is a special, above-the-law person. Everyone should go to Katie for any information. She's the go-to, most trustworthy YouTuber ever. Oh, Katie, if only that was fucking real, you know? If only that was fucking real. But no, it's not. This is a pity party show, and well, I'm here for it. And I'll be back for more tomorrow, and I hope you guys join me tomorrow, because I can't do this alone. I'm not watching it by myself. I haven't watched it yet, so it really is my first reaction, but I just want to know, can I skip over the boring shits? I don't want to talk Sister Wives or 90 Day Fiancé, but it sounds like we're leaving in the good bits, so when we come back, it will remain good. Oh, Katie. What a sad fucking sheltered life you live continuously. Oh, and I'll link in the description and the pinned comment the live I did earlier on this week. Went over the October 2020 live she did, where we saw her face nice and clear, but we didn't need to, because it's so gross, and like she doesn't take care of herself because she's in active addiction, and her whole life is just one big lie. So glad that we can watch it on a computer far away, you know? We're not part of it. Oh, thanks so much, Cactus Crew, for tuning in. Like, you better rock up tomorrow. I'm not doing this solo, you know? You better not wake up sick tomorrow. I better not wake up sick. But I appreciate you so much, like, you know, hanging out with me while I watch it. And I totally missed the boat on the weekend. No more plans for in my real life from now on. Because what if I leave and something else happens? Oh, Carrie Taylor, Cactus High Five. Well, yeah, turn your notifications on, even though they don't work. And plus, the ending is always the best. Yeah, we'll be here, Katie, and make sure that we remind you that the internet is forever. Oh, guys, thanks so much. Let me see some Cactus Green in the... Oh, you were part of the replay crew? Did you use the timestamps Autistic Shield? I hope you did. It can be a bit of a... Oh, Susie, I can't watch it without you, so make sure you rock up and be your spirit animal. I love that your spirit animal is a Labrador. Like, just a gorgeous dog. Oh, Will, you're still here. Cactus High Five, guys. Take care. Give this video a like, share it, comment below, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And yeah, just consider subscribing. I can't find the button that says, like, this is where we leave. I know, it's like it doesn't want me to leave. This is where I leave you now. Take care, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.